Hi there, this is Sheena Rowlands and today I'm sharing with you my latest layout for Bramble Fox. And for this layout I'm using the November Foxbox Plus. So I really love the stencils and the paper snips, so I definitely wanted to use those. So I've cut out the paper snips in advance and I'm going to use the Wonder More perspective and also the stencil, which is number 108. So I've chosen 3 photographs and I've chosen a background by 49 and Market from their Spectrum Sherbet range called Painted Foundations. Initially I wasn't sure whether I wanted, which way I wanted the paper. I've actually turned it. This isn't the way it was in theory meant to be, but I prefer it with the colours going from the pink at the top to the darker blue at the bottom. I'm also using the autumn labels, which are also paper snips. They're number 66 and I've cut them out in advance, and they are all lovely, beautiful, soft tones that go complement this fox box. So I'm going to tuck a couple in either side of the 3 photos. I'm going to try and run it as a vertical column, and now I'm having a look at all the perspectives and bits and pieces because there's so much to look at in this month's fox box, and I'm going to try and cluster those around these photographs. So I picked these photographs specifically when I saw the Follow Your Own Path, the wooden piece there that looks like a sawn tree trunk, and it reminded me of the photographs my son and his wife had taken on their engagement shoot. So I searched for them on the computer, as you do, and I printed 3 of them off. And I thought I did them in black and white just because the colours were a little different, but I think you can still see the textures even in the photographs, and I thought they would be absolutely perfect. You really need to see these mushrooms and toadstools in real life. The detail on them is really beautiful. So to match the paper, I'm clustering the blues at the bottom. I'm going with the yellowy tones in the centre, and I'm going with the pinky beigey colours near the top. So I'm just having a look where I want these pieces to go. Because I've got 3 photographs, I'm going alternately. So there's more decoration around the bottom photograph because that's where the title is. So I've come back in with a stencil, and this is vellum that I've got there, and these are Distress Oxides and just a brush. I'm using colours that I hope go well with the Spectrum Sherbet paper that I've chosen, and I'm adding more than one colour to through the stencil when I'm doing the individual leaves. So I realised that because of the desk you couldn't see me do that very well, so I'm going to also do some yellowy, greeny, pinky ones. So I put some paper underneath the vellum so you can see the colours a little better. If you've ever used stencils with vellum and inks before, one thing I would recommend is you give them a good couple of hours to dry fully, particularly if you want a crisp image, or use maybe a heat tool but be further away that obviously you don't damage the vellum. I did leave mine a few hours because you'll see later on in the video that I actually cut them out. So at this stage I'm just looking at combining the pinks and the yellows. What I do is I do take the stencil off camera and wash it and then turn it over, so I've got leaves going in different directions. Obviously there's no reason why you can't just turn it over, and I just didn't want to transfer any of the ink from one side of the stencil onto the vellum, so I do that. So I cut them off. I cut them individually off camera. I do this with a tray on my knee, sit in front of the TV, and I've got a nice colour selection there. I'm really pleased with how that's come about. And now it's time to start to slot them in around the photos and Foxbox embellishments. And I'm just colour matching again with the getting the bluey greenies at the bottom, and then I will work my way up slowly. I'm not going to use them all. I always do more than I need, but I know I'll use them elsewhere, but I'm just going to see where their placement lies. So I'm literally following the ink, the paint lines on the paper to tuck these in around my photograph. I would really recommend you check out this Foxbox. If you don't already, subscribe to the Fox Box or the Fox Box Plus, have a look on bramblefox.co.uk. You also get subscriber benefits as well, so definitely worth you checking that out. I would recommend you go with the one with the paper snips and the stencils. I think they're an absolutely brilliant add-on to the kits and really add another dimension when you're making your layouts. I'm just tweaking now some of the last of the stencil pieces that I want to add in. Some of the ones where it was a set of 3, I've just cut down a little bit so that I can tuck them in. You will notice that all the embellishments that I've got, I've actually placed on top of the autumn labels, to literally like ground them into place. And because they're similar tones, I think they all sits together really well. I feel like I need to use up all the things that I've stenciled. I don't, but I can't help myself. I keep tucking them in around the sides, but because nothing's stuck down, it's time to actually get that done. So I've brought in some foam pads, and off camera I stick down all the basics, and yet again I go back in and add a few more vellum leaves. I'm in love with them. I think I'm going to be adding them to lots of other things. So I come back in with some of the paper snips. That's number 64 from the Fox Box, and I add treasured photo with a staple there at the top. I do love these photographs that my son and his wife had taken, and there were some butterflies as well in matching colours, so I've just got some glue dots there and I'm going to add them around, which still goes really nicely with the outdoor theme. I particularly like the little crocheted embroidered toadstools that are in this month's box as well. Add another texture when you're sticking everything down to your layout, so really liked adding those in too. So there's this lovely strips of words that are perfect for adding. I'm just seeing where I want to place those as well. There's so many to choose from, I'm not sure which ones to pick. In the end, I think I go with captured, which I put around the photograph at the bottom, and also this was special. Also, when I came to stick my photographs and embellishments down, I decided to put my title, which was Wander More, onto a little bit of blue pattern paper that was from the same collection, so that made it easier for me to lift it up on foam, and it also makes the title pop a little bit more. So this is me literally done. I'm just doing the last bit of faffing that I love to do. This is all the dimension. Really recommend you check out this box and other of the new products in the Bramble Fox store. Thank you so much for watching. This is Sheena Rowlands for Bramble Fox. Hope to see you here again real soon. Bye for now.